some good tips. So I'm just going to
Okay.
record now because I was about to share an app with you that's been helping me. But good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I already did my workout, so you get me looking beautiful with my glasses on to try and cover up my eyes. No, I'm just kidding. Trying to wear my blue light glasses more often, just for like, if you guys don't have blue light glasses, they're just for if you're on your screens a lot, which I am. And so they were sitting here this morning and I was like, I should probably put those on. Although they're weird when you're like on video or like talking with people because I can see like a blue glare. Anywho, Adriana and I were just talking about, before I started recording, we were talking about just different scripts and like things that we say to different people. And I was saying how I need to be better about sharing just free value when somebody says no. And so my goal is to share the free workouts folder, which I will put in when I post the recording of this call, I'll also put the link to that folder just so you, and kind of like a little script for anyone that's watching this that thinks that might be helpful. But something that I learned this week is an app called Ditto, D-I-T-T-O. And it looks like, because there's a bunch of them when you search it, but it's a purple square with quotation marks on it. It is like 99 cents, I think, or something like that. But basically, it's text replacement. So in the past, you can do text replacement. I don't know if you can do this on an Android phone, but I know on an iPhone, you can go into your keyboards, and then there's something called text replacement in your keyboards, just automatically on your phone. But then you have to put in like a short name for it. So like one, for example, I had was like IG, what did I call it? Like IGHG or something. And it was basically like just a watch my story, like a thank you for watching my stories. It was like basically an IG message that I would send to somebody. And so when you typed in, like if I type in anywhere in my phone, if I type IGHG, it'll come up in one of my suggestions. That message will come up and I can choose it and then I can send it to somebody. Well, the issue with that for me was remembering what the heck I used for the short name. Because you had to remember, like I just said, like, was it IGHG? I don't even know like where it was, but I don't even know what the heck that even means. Whereas with Ditto, it just creates a new keyboard for you. So you know how you can have different keyboards on your phone? Like if you hold down this little like world button and then you can have different keyboards. I now have a Ditto keyboard. And I have all my different like kind of responses for different things. So I have like general connections. You can create these categories and then a ton of responses. So you can have 8 categories of responses. And then within each of those categories, you can just like put as many different responses as you need. So I have like connecting and then like the few different ways that I might connect with somebody, you know, like, hey, thanks for liking my post. This was like just an example about uncertainty. Is my health and fitness journey inspiring you to work on your own? I'd love to work together. Hey, I wanted to say thanks for your follow and take a minute to introduce myself. Hey, thanks for watching my stories. So those are like just general connections. And then I have like a general invite category with a few different options, an invite from posts, invite from stories, invite to coaching. I have a category for like info. So once they say, yeah, I'd love it, more info, like I have a general response that goes out that says, awesome, thanks so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. My mentorship, I'll share all of these responses so you guys can use whatever you'd like. My mentorship typically focuses on a holistic approach that includes fitness, nutrition, and mindset support. In order to offer the best solution for the women I talk to, I find it's best to start with a few questions. I hope that's okay with you. Tell me a bit about your health story. And then I put in parentheses, many times for women, that is a diet, past or present. What do you struggle with most? So that's like my general, once they ask for more information, I don't give them information. I ask them more about themselves. So that's one of my info posts. And then I have follow-up scripts in here and then some different links. So I have all these different categories, and then underneath those, you can create all of these scripts for yourself. So the things that you use all the time, so that you're not like writing them all the time. I do change things. So like I might change some of the wording in there, right? Because then once I choose one and select one, I'm going to put you in here, Adriana, just in case I accidentally send it to somebody. Once I choose one, so like you're looking for info, or like a follow-up, one of these follow-ups, so that like, hey, hope I'm not bugging you. The very beginning of it is, hi, blank, a bunch of X's. So I've put their name in there. So then I just switch back to my regular keyboard, and I go back and I go in and I like put their name and I add whatever other information I want to add or take out stuff. So then you can just edit it, but it saves so much time to like have all of that already ready to go. So that's called Ditto. So in the app is where you like put all of your messages. So this is actually in the app, and then you add this. It gives you all the directions once you're in the app, tells you what to do. You have to go to your keyboards, add the Ditto keyboard, and then it'll just be in your keyboards. It's so cool. It's like been so helpful this week for just like getting things done a lot faster. So that's that. Let's talk real quick about sparkles and farkles. That's what we call it in my Bible study. It's so funny. So my Bible study is with my pastor and his wife and like a bunch of other of our friends from church. But my pastor's wife is just the cutest, sweetest thing. And like she uses the cutest, sweetest words for like everything. And sparkle, farkle is one of them. And Josh, my pastor, hates it. He's like, this is so dumb. Well, he doesn't hate the process of doing sparkles and farkles. He hates the words sparkle and farkle. He loves talking about our highs and our lows, but he doesn't like the word sparkle, farkle. So we always just tease him. We're like, sparkle, farkle, when he tries to call it something else. So I thought we'd share a sparkle, farkle from the week. It could be business related. It could not be. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start? Since it's just
yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
So I would say a sparkle was just all the conversations I've been having. Like they were good conversations. A lot of cool connections were made. Like people I haven't talked to in such a long time.
Yeah.
Like showed a lot of love on my recent transformation post, which was really like so nice to see. So I loved like all that support.
Yeah.
Then like a farkle, I guess, was like feeling overwhelmed with all like the likes, I guess. Like I wasn't expecting that much. So like I feel super overwhelmed with inviting still and connecting with all of those people.
Yeah.
So I definitely still want to do that. But like I'm just so nervous because I haven't talked to these people since like high school. Like a lot of them were high school people that liked the post. And they never liked my stuff, like usually.
Right.
But they liked that post, which was cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I want to reach out to them, but I'm scared.
No, you're doing great. Like people, it's so funny because that's who, honestly, like my old high school friends, old college friends are my clients. It's not my current, it's not like my friends that I'm with all the time or that I hang with. Like very few of them are like in my groups and things. And I think I might like put a little boundary on that because for me, it's a little bit different. I don't know. I just feel I don't ever want like my friends to think that that's all I want. Like that's all I'm about. I don't know. Yeah. So I sometimes put that boundary up. I do invite them if I feel like they could really benefit from it, which obviously anybody can, right? But like if like we're just, if it just comes up in conversation, but they're not typically the people that I'm reaching out to now. It was in the beginning, but anyway, that's another story. But no, I think it's normal to feel like, oh my gosh, I have all this. So now what? Now what do I do? How do I talk to these people? Like, but I think you're doing, like, using these little scripts and like helping, you know, just sending like, hey, thank you. Were you interested in more? Learning more, like, about how I did this, or like the journey that I'm on. Like, are you on a journey? Maybe they don't need fitness. Maybe they just need nutrition, or like that one friend that we were talking about, or maybe they don't need anything right now, but the door is not open. You put your first little touch on them, and now they're going to continue watching. They're going to continue seeing you. So as you continue to share different posts of your journey, and then weekly share some other, like, find another transformation. Like, those transformations, obviously now, you know, like, are huge, you know, and it's not even, and you probably got so much love. Like, you looked great then, you always look great. Like, people always say that. And it's like, that's wonderful. Thank you. You know, like, thank you, whatever. But I didn't feel good then. And I wasn't making good choices, and I wasn't having good habits. And like, no, it's not all about what you look like, but, you know, and now maybe your next post is talking about that. Like, now I have better habits. I'm surrounding myself around better people. Like, you have all these little touch points that you can continue to touch these people with, who are now going to, because they've liked your post, because you've started conversations with them, you're going to show up in their feed more. And so they're going to see your posts more, because you're posting more often now too. So there's a lot of good thing, you know, like, there's a lot of good out of this, whether or not anybody signs up, right? Like, they might not now. Like, I still have people, like, I'm talking to someone right now. She's been following me since I started this journey. For sure she has. Because I met her like when I started coaching, and she's never joined me before. And she's now about to sign up, you know? So
it has to be their time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
How are you tracking everybody? Are you writing them down?
Yeah, well, for some I am, which I need to be better. That's another thing. I need to write their names down and keep track.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through all my messages and like, do you just write them down on notebook paper? Is that what you do? Like,
that's what I do. Not everybody has a tracking system. So I was using a notebook. Recently, I switched to, I don't even know where I found this document. It's literally just paper, and I don't use it as it's supposed to. But it is in so I have like a binder with all of my trackers. Okay. So like, this is my tracker. Well, let's go to this week. This is my tracker for this week. And then right behind my tracker for that week is these papers, which is everyone that I've invited. And then, so then I know I can go back to even like last week, which I've done all my follow-ups, but I can go back and I can follow up with everybody. Once I follow up with them, I put an F. If they've responded to me, I write yes next to their name if they've asked for more info. If they've told me no, I put no next to their name. If they don't respond, they don't get anything. They get an F. They get a follow-up. And then I still don't get, I don't get a lot of, I shouldn't say I don't get a lot of responses, but a lot of people don't respond. But I invite a lot. But this has helped me more. I was using a notebook for a while, so that works too. And it could, and I've used every system. You just have to find something that works. But it was kind of the same thing. Just kind of, I just write down their name, or if it's Instagram, I write down their Instagram handle. But I feel like having the tracker and that like in the same place, like in this notebook, has just like helped me feel more organized.
Nice. Can you share that document if you don't mind?
It's just, it's called I don't even know where. I found it somewhere. It just says no, it's called the no tracking. What's it called? The no tracking sheet. And it has like a few columns, which I could use a little bit better, because it's like, there's a column that's for their name, a column that says yes or no, which I am using that essentially. And then a column that says challenge pack, coaching opportunity, referral for challenge group, and there's a fourth one, referral for coaching opportunity. I haven't been really doing that. I guess I could use that a little bit better. Like, which one did I invite them to? Were they a referral? Whatever. I don't use that. If I do invite them to coaching, I do write a C next to their name. So I do know that I've invited them to coaching rather than a challenge group. But it's just a piece of paper, but I'll share it with you for sure.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I think just, continuing those conversations, and then like, even now you have those people written down when you do, and you can go back. So go back through your messages and get them all on paper. I would suggest, if you haven't been writing them down, like throughout the last week, like just go back through your messages and get them all down on paper. So then you just have that. So then like a month from now, when you're like, okay, or like in a couple weeks, really, when we're like pushing for June again, like right now it's just kind of general. I just put like May, June, like I'm still inviting, but like then it'll be another like big push for June, probably in about a week.
Yeah.
Really, then we can start like really pushing for the June group, even though it's the same group. No one knows that, but whatever,
Yeah.
So you'll have all those people that you can go back to, and maybe you're not going to go back to them in a week, but maybe like in a month from now. Hey, maybe a month ago wasn't a great time. Maybe now is. Would you like more information now? But you'll have those names, so then you have a list to work from, plus anybody that you're, that's liking new posts and things, but you'll have more people to talk to. And plus you'll have those people that you'll want to continue to just maintain that relationship with, right? Whether or not you're not inviting them every conversation you're having with them, but just trying to keep building that relationship with them again.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. And yes, like with the overwhelm, I always tell people, like, don't overwhelm. It's your choice. It's your business. Like how you run it, how you track, how you, all of that. Like, don't let it overwhelm you. You're in control of it, right? It's so much love and support. Like, it was probably good overwhelm in this sense, because it was like, oh my gosh, I just didn't expect like so many people, to love on me. And when you're not used to that, it's like, oh, people love me, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then do you write their names before you invite them? So do you write their names all at once? So you
like as I'm invited, I send an invite and I write their name down.
Oh, as you're doing it. Okay.
Like I'm sitting at my desk for the most part. When I'm doing invites, I'm here like with my notebook so I can write them down. Connections and other things like that, I don't necessarily, and every coach will tell you something different with tracking connections. I don't track connections. Like I just connect, like try to love on people's posts, send them messages, watch their stories, send them messages, try to make connections that way. I don't necessarily track them. Some coaches will tell you differently. It's just up to you. But so like connections, I could do like sitting on my couch or out at a park or something. But like invites, I like to do when this notebook is next to me, I can like write them down right there. So, all right. My sparkle, I think, like, really honestly, like you having so much like love on your posts and like just like you reaching out to me and you asking for help and all of that has been like such a joy. And same with Whitney. She's a brand new coach, and she had put out a post actually in like a Facebook group about just like a general health and fitness post. And then I helped her like craft what to say to them. And then she's starting conversations with me. So I told her, and I think we did this a while ago. Like, did we ever do this where I was like, put me in a 3-way combo? I don't know if I ever told you to do that or not.
Yeah, that was around, a couple months ago or so. Yeah.
put me in a 3-way combo and I can help you have those conversations. So she's been putting me in a bunch of conversations, and it's just like, oh, this is what I love to do. I love like mentoring new coaches and helping them get started. So that's been a huge sparkle. Sparkle, honestly, it's more just like I've been struggling with like body image stuff this week, which is tough. The scale keeps going up and I don't understand why. Because like I eat so clean. Like I don't put a piece of junk in my body, and I just get so frustrated when my body responds in a way that I don't want it to be responding. And it's like, it could be anything. And I try to just be gentle with myself and not let it worry me too much, but I don't like seeing the scale be at a high number that I don't like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks. All right. Like, but then like I look at myself and I'm like, you look good. You know, like
yeah, you do.
So I have to just give myself grace and
definitely.
What else? Do you have any other questions? I did have a couple things that from just like some trainings that I did this week that I was like, ooh, I want to talk about that.
Not at the moment. No, you did answer them a lot though through this meeting.
Good. A couple things that I literally heard this more than once this week is you attract what you talk about. And it was something that it just like hit me because I'm really trying to attract new coaches and business builders. And it was like, I need to talk about coaching more, because if I'm not talking about coaching, then I'm not going to attract people that want to coach. Right. And so it was like, if you're talking about fitness, then people are going to think that that's all you're about. And if that's your main thing, then great. If you're talking about nutrition, then that's what they're going to ask about. If you're talking about coaching, that's what they're going to ask you about. So I've been really trying to share more about coaching on the daily. Like every Thursday, I do kind of a sneak peek into coaching just on my own stories. And I've been doing an IGTV and then also posting that video on Facebook. And that has, I think, helped me get more comfortable talking about coaching. But then I also just I need to talk about coaching more every day in different ways, like sharing parts of my story, just like not only in my stories, but in my posts too. So I think I need to be more intentional with like what my posts are about, like at least getting like 3 coaching posts in my like feed every week. So like if you're wanting to build to diamond or whatever, so I think like talking about coaching more, like what is coaching doing for you? Like obviously you've been sharing kind of the health and fitness journey pretty easily now. I think like that's coming easy to you. I'm just talking to you specifically now, Adrienne. I think, in my opinion, by watching you, I think that's coming easier to you to be able to share that part of it. And now I would challenge you to try and talk a little bit more about coaching.
Okay.
And like the post of your stories. And that could just, I mean, it starts with like the community, right? And like wanting to help other people. And so like when you're on a power hour, just snap that and like write a little story or write a little something on that in your stories about what that is. Like we'll take a picture here. You can type a little something about that. After this call, I wouldn't post like a picture of our Zoom in a post. I would on stories, but like after this call or sometime today, take a picture, or if you have a picture that you want to share, and then talk about our call, talk about the mentorship that I'm giving you, and talk about, how you're learning and all of that stuff, because that'll pique people's interests, if they are really interested in coaching. But I literally heard that like at least twice this week on different calls that I was on, that I was like, okay, I hear you. Gotcha. What else? What book are you reading right now?
I'm still on what's the name of it? The fifth.
Compound?
Jeff Olson's book, the other one.
Which one?
Jeff Olson's book. I've been reading like some pages from that.
Oh, The Slight Edge.
The Slight Edge, yeah.
Get it? Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking something else. Yes.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that
Compound
is.
Effect is another good one. Did you read that one?
No, but I do have it on Audibles or something, so
Oh,
I can listen to that sometime.
Yeah, that one's really good. I remember as a brand new coach, I listened to that. Go for No. I'm just going to give you a few different that somebody else, people gave like their favorites this week. And I was like, ooh, I've read many of them. But The Power of Vulnerability is Brene Brown. And it's just an audio, I think on Audible. It's really good. I have listened to it and I feel like I want to listen to it again. Compound Effect, Go for No. First Steps to Wealth is like a money mindset. It's Danny Johnson, I think. Get Over Your Damn Self, which somebody was just talking about this book last night too. We did a little happy hour and I loved that book and I'm like, ooh, I want to read that again. And then this one I have not read. It's called The Miracle Equation. Now I have read The Miracle Morning, which if you're wanting to have more mornings, your mornings back, Miracle Morning, like literally that's how I started taking my mornings back, was listening or reading that book. But The Miracle Equation, I guess, is like his next book that expands on the morning. So I'm like, ooh, that sounds so good. So that was another thing. What else? The National Wake Up Call, if you did not listen to it, it was so good this week. So Danny is the coach that did it this week, and she's actually in my mastermind. So once you get to like 1 star, you get to be like in this mastermind with a corporate mentor, and then it's coaches from all over the West region. So since I'm in the West region, but yours would be all over in the Central region. But anyway, Danny's in my mastermind, and she talked on the National Wake Up Call this week, and she just gave some like, I just loved her like demeanor and everything. It was really good.
Nice. Yeah, I got to listen to it still, so I will today.
Yeah. One thing that I did take away that I've been doing instead of, so I would be like, at the end of an invite, it would be like, would you be interested in learning more? And she was like, don't say that. Somehow the word interested means like a commitment of some sort. So instead, she's like, I always put, would it be okay to send you more info? Like, yes or no. It's not, I mean, it's still yes or no if you're interested, but like, can I send you more info on that? Like, it's a little bit more like direct and about me sending them information rather than them saying yes to something they don't know anything about. Does that make, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I've been like feeling weird about sending the invites. I feel like they don't know anything yet. I'm just saying thank you for supporting me type thing.
Yeah, thank you for supporting me. This is what I do. Can I send you more information on what it is? Then they're like, oh yeah, I would like to learn more about what it is. They're not saying, yes, I'm interested to something that they don't know what they're interested in, you know? So I like that. And I've changed all my invites to end with that now.
Nice.
What else? I don't know. I have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're
My
good.
bad. Yeah, I think that's really kind of all I had this week. I really wanted to share about that Ditto app and just some of the things. Hopefully, was this helpful?
Yeah, very helpful. I'm gonna download that app too. Is that just a 99-cent fee, like overall, not
Yes.
per month?
Not per
Okay.
just
Cool. Okay.
I think it was 99 cents, something like that.
Cool. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
super helpful. So like just to get kind of those scripts in there, and I'll just share all of that. When I upload this call, I'll share all of that kind of stuff that we've talked about in that file.
Cool.
But yeah, that's it.
Thanks. Yeah,
There's
this was
a
super
call
helpful.
at 9, or I guess it's 10 for Level Up. There's
Okay.
one of those live. It's just a live
Oh, okay.
in that group. I forget who it is, but you know how they've had all those lives
Yeah.
for
those are
like
cool.
different things. So there's a live in like 20 minutes. So
Oh, awesome.
I plan to be listening to that, and then it stopped raining and the sun's coming out. So I'm gonna get to go.
Hey.
Yay.
Awesome. Yeah, this is super helpful. Thanks, Amanda.
You're welcome. Thanks for jumping on this morning.
Sure. I enjoy your
Oh
day.
wait, let's take a picture really quick.
Oh, yes. All right. My laptop won't die this time.
All right, ready? 1,
Yes.
2, 3. Great. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Amanda.
Bye.
Bye.